We're ready.
Okay.
All right, good morning. Today is May 6, 2024, 9 a.m. Neighborhood Restoration Beautification Commission. We'll start with call to order. Lucas Richardson here. Jermaine Sullivan.
Here.
Kathy Grabowski.
Here.
Mary Kay Wilkosh.
Here.
Jess Stallings. Here. Sarah Harless.
Here.
And Kayla, I forget your last
Willem.
Willem. Sorry. All right, next item is public comment on agenda-related items. Is there any public comment?
Bang. Oh.
That was a good fake out. All right, approval of the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda from April 22nd.
I'll second.
The agenda for today, you mean?
No, I'm approving the minutes from April
The
22nd.
agenda. Approval of today's agenda, is that what you meant?
Yeah, that one too.
Okay, motion and a second from Mary, okay.
Sorry.
All in favor, voice vote?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm making a motion to approve this one too from April 22nd.
Okay, is there a second?
Yeah.
All right, from Kathy. All in favor, voice vote? Aye.
Aye.
See why I wanted these meetings moved from 9 a.m.?
All right, so it's that time of the year. We have our elections for chair, vice chair, and secretary. Usually I'd have probably Mary run this part of it, but I can just continue to run it if that's okay with everybody. So the first term, or the first election is for chair, and Chief's pulling up the duties here. Maybe we can just read through these real quick. So the duties of the chair are to preside at all meetings, periodically meet with city staff, appoint an acting recording secretary for a meeting in which the recording secretary is absent. So that's in today's case, since Mary's not here. And then perform such duties such that they're ordered and authorized by the commission. So is there a nomination for the chair of the NRBC for the term ending April 30th, 2025?
I nominate you, Lucas Richardson.
Oh, I love that idea.
Is there a second?
Second that.
Any other nominations? All right, we'll take roll call on the chair for this next year's term, being myself. Jess Stallings,
Yes.
Mary Kay Wilkosh,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jermaine,
Yes.
Lucas, yes. Kayla,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
all right. One more year, here we go. All right, is there any nominations for vice chair? The duties are to act in full capacity of the chair in the absence of the chair. In the event that the office of the chair becomes vacant, the vice chair shall succeed to the office of the chair for the unexpired term. The commission shall then select a successor to the office of the vice chair from its membership for the unexpired term, sorry.
I nominate Jermaine.
Oh.
I second.
No, I was just going to nominate you.
Is there any other nominations? No? All right. Roll call for Jermaine Sullivan as vice chair. Jess?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Jermaine?
Yes.
Lucas? Yes. Kayla?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Okay, and secretary. So secretary shall execute documents in the name of the commission as authorized by the commission, be responsible for the minutes of each meeting, and shall have them appropriately distributed. Mary Dilworth has helped a lot with the minutes in the past, and I think this would be good to make sure that we're coordinating with her a little bit more. We haven't had a secretary since the beginning of the commission. And then keep attendance records and shall notify the city manager in writing whenever Any member of the commission has 3 consecutive unexcused absences from the regularly scheduled meetings. Perform such duties as the commission may determine. Is there any
I
nomination?
nominate Mary Kay Wilkos.
I second that.
Any other nominations? No other, no other nominations. All right. Jess,
Yes.
Mary,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Jermaine,
Yes.
Lucas, yes. Kayla.
Yes.
All right. Unfinished business. Chill grant update from Teresa Waldo.
Good morning. I am Teresa Waldo, the Development Director here for the City of Manistee, and also I do planning and zoning. So today I'm here to talk about the Chill Grant, which I'm sure most of you know, but I'm just going to elaborate just again or kind of review what the Chill Grant is. So I started in October of 2023. Within 2 months, myself and Tracy Davis of Housing North received the Chill Grant. The Chill Grant is $500,000 that's been awarded to the City of Manistee for housing that have blight or has health and safety issues. And so we're approximately between 12 to 14 homes that are going to be able to get $40,000 each. With that, some of the homes that we might go in and see may only have some electrical work done or maybe needs a furnace. And if they do not use all of that $40,000, we can apply that to another home. So maybe we can exceed and go above 14 homes. So with that, January, we were awarded the grant. We had an open house, kind of a question and answer, had around 20 people come to that. A lot of people showing interest. We've advertised everywhere, the newspaper, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere that we can. Also, we've gone to different organizations around the city to let everyone know. A big question has been, is this just for the city? A lot of the residents that call, we are reiterating, yes, it is for the city. Then they're asking, how can we get our township, our community, our county involved in this? And so we've been kind of directing them and telling them to go to the MSHDA, which is Michigan State Housing Development Authority, so they can get that information and get that too. So part of your role as the NRB Commission is to assist with us when we do get the applications that come in. When the applications come in, we're going to ask for your help into reviewing each one of those applications to see if they meet all of the criteria and all the stipulations that the state has governed and put across for us. Tracy and myself will review those first, and then from there, we'll go through that. We'll also kind of go through a step-by-step kind of, not a class, but just what we need to look for, what we need to review, and that's the help that we need from all of you. So in February, we were planning on getting the applications. We were all geeked. We're letting everybody know. I'm getting a ton of phone calls. So is Tracy. Emails. We're up to around 200 people that are excited about this. So again, all we have is around 12 or 14 of these homes that are going to be able to get done. So with all of that said, we're all ready, and then the state says we don't have the applications. So I have felt like a little boy that's cried wolf. Here we're all excited, have the applications, we're ready to move forward. Now we can't. The reason for that delay in all of that is we had a round 1 for the Chill Grant. The state said, here you go, here's the money, we're all geeked, we're all set for this, and only 7 of us had applied for it. So there was still all this money left over out there. So the state said, you know what, we're going to pause what we're doing right now. Now we're going to do a round 2 for all the other villages, counties, cities, anybody else in the whole state that'd like to do this too. So that put us on hold. But they didn't tell us that. So for a couple months, we're just kind of lingering like, what's going on, what's happening. So finally they said to us, we open it up, we're letting those people catch up to you. So what that means is the classes that we were taking weekly, the updates, working with the caseworker, now we know they were playing catch up, and now we're all on the same page. So now we are back to going to our classes every week. Some of the classes that we've taken are scope of work, procurement instructions, income verification, cost analysis, construction standards, construction contractors, and subcontractors. So these are just some of the classes that Tracy and myself and Jerry Blue, who is the building inspector, have gone through and sat through and did these. Now, with that, now that we're all caught up, we're taking the classes, we're saying, okay, can we release these applications? They have given us a template, but now they're requiring all those things that I just mentioned to you. We need to have our own document created, and then our caseworker needs to approve all of those. So any of that documents that we're giving out to everyone, that they have all of the same standards that the state is requiring, but they are kind of in our own words, critiqued to our individual city area, has our logo, all of those types of things on there, and then he needs to approve those. What he also is not just approving ours, he's approving everybody else's that he has. So again, that's gonna take a little bit of time. So we're still telling people it's 2 or 3 weeks until we get an application. So now we're to the application part. We're going to let everybody know through the website. I have everybody's email, I have everyone's phone calls. We're gonna set times where we're gonna start emailing, calling everyone, letting them know, okay, this is the date that the application will be released. Let's say, for example, it'll be a Wednesday. When we let everybody know, the newspaper, Facebook, all of those criterias, all those areas, let everybody know that they'll have 2 weeks to gather all of their information that they're gonna need for the application. So once those 2 weeks are done, everybody's got the same amount of time to get their information together. We're gonna set aside a date. We're gonna let everybody know the date of when it's gonna be able to be turned in. Now again, the big thing with the chill grant, it's a first come, first served basis. So we will set aside a date. When they come to turn it in, I've kind of coordinated this with Josh. We're going to try to have it downstairs in the floor where it's handicap accessible, where the police station is at. Have it come in, let's say we started at noon. I'm sure there's gonna be a line if we have that many people interested in it. People are gonna come in, they're going to hand us their application, we're going to stamp it, we're also gonna time stamp it, flip it over, say next. And it's gonna be a let's go, let's get through this. It's not the time to come to us to ask questions. It's not the time for us to review. You're gonna have those 2 weeks that we have from the time it's given out to stop in. We're gonna have hours, we're gonna have an open house, all those things. So anybody that's got questions or concerns, I'm gonna leave my office open, not schedule any meetings, just so we're here for the residents and for the community for those 2 weeks to help them with that process. So once all those applications come in, I'm not sure if we're gonna have a line out the door, people are gonna be waiting, I don't know any of that. The other part we thought about doing, and I guess I want some feedback after I'm finished talking, is we thought about having an email process. Open it right at noon, nothing sooner. Right at noon, if you have all of your documents, you can scan that, email it to us. That will also be time stamped exactly what the time is. So once we get all the applications that come in through the door, all of the ones that have come in through the internet, we'll have the time stamp, date stamp, and we can merge those so that we all have them in order. Then once that is all closed and finished, Tracy and I will be going through all of those and like taking maybe the first 25 and just making sure that they fit the criteria. We're not gonna be able to go through that whole entire stack. So we're gonna go through those criteria. Then once we have maybe 15 or 20 of them that we know that we're pretty sure that they're gonna be able to be acceptable, that we're going to be giving them to you, and they're gonna have the information on them, and you're gonna have kind of a sheet or a checklist to go through and to review all of those, and just to double check our work, that we can have the assistance from you. And then from there, we'll be able to give out the letters and let the individuals know who is accepted and who's gonna be able to get that. So do you have any questions for me right now? It's been a lot, I know. So.
Do have one. So if it's a first come, first served basis, what is the selection that we're gonna be doing? Is it pretty much just if they're applicable?
Well, yep, some of those things, the checklist I can read to you. So the first is they have to be a city resident. The next is gonna be their income, so an income verification to find out how many people are in their household and how much money they cannot exceed with that. And then there's kind of a subcategory from that Tracy and I will be going through the paperwork if they've got veterans assistance or social security or any of those types of things. The next thing is they have to own their home. So you're gonna be looking at deeds to make sure that their name is on the deed that owns the home. The next thing is too, looking at previous taxes to find out what their tax paperwork said last year to what their application says. And also they're gonna be held accountable because they're gonna have paperwork that they actually have to sign over to state that what they have done is correct. So, I mean, it's honest to review it, but also we don't know if somebody's gonna outright lie. That's why they have to sign the documents and everything to confirm that they've done the criteria and everything for it. Another standard would be the house has to be older than 5 years old, which most of them are. A couple other standards are, let's see, the need, you know, obviously if it's the health and safety or if they need a roof or if they've got the asbestos siding on the side of their house that's crumbling, those types of things. Another big thing is too, once the inspector goes in to take a look at the house for health and safety, they're looking for lead, they're looking for asbestos, and they're also looking for, lead, asbestos, and radon. Those are three big criterias too to look for, make sure that those are not in the homes. So those are some of the criterias.
So there's no ranking though, it's if they
No.
check all the boxes,
You
then
check, exactly.
get it if they're the first ones to apply.
Yes, yep, absolutely. But like I said, a big thing is, so many people think that it's for the county-wide. And so I've had a lot of people upset, I've had people crying on the phone. I'm very sad, discouraged, and so all I've said is, you know, let their area or let their township or their supervisor or their commissions to know that, and they can get on the list, because there's still money available, so.
And, sorry, go ahead.
Nope.
I was just gonna say, and for everyone on the commission to remember here, and for the two of you that weren't here for it, we did talk about in the past, trying to find some blight remediation help that we can provide to, like volunteer projects at some of these residents, or maybe even some of the ones that don't end up getting the funding.
Right.
So let's just kind of keep that in mind. Maybe we can plan for that when the time comes and make it even more of an impact. So,
Yeah.
go ahead, Sarah.
My question was, if someone turns in an application and say there's something on it incomplete, do you go back to them for that information, or does that make their application null and void and you move on to the next person?
Yep, we just move on to the next person. And that's why we're gonna really encourage everyone, stop in and see us. Make an appointment. We'll have a couple open houses, all of those things. And even right now, I've been trying to make sure and prep a lot of people right now, just telling them to get their deed, a copy of it if they don't, have their taxes from last year, get them done if they have not gotten those done. Another thing is to, who else is living in the home, who has lived in their home in the past year that has moved out, any other kind of documents that they have that could just help. One other thing I want to let you also know too is the homes that we do go in and help, and also the ones that maybe aren't going to be able to qualify, we're also looking into some home heating and electrical and some appliance grants and some information that we can get these individuals to. So we also don't want to let people, we don't want to leave them hanging, I guess is the thing. There's going to be a lot of people that are discouraged, or a lot of people that say, you know, I wish I could have, or I didn't get this in time. We want to have something ready for them that we can hand them and say, you know what, we're sorry about this. We're going to try for more grants in the future, but this is something maybe that can help you for right now, or something that you can look into. So any kind of that, you know, we can put together. So we've got that on our radar to do that. So. Yeah.
You don't know yet, because you just got the applications, how many are interested?
Well, right now, just from email, phone calls, conversations, we're looking around 200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have a line out the door when it comes to the day of it being turned in. Absolutely, just from the feedback that we've been getting. Yeah,
There's only so many funds, so I mean, it's probably only gonna stretch for
Yeah, 14 homes, 12 or 14. I mean, and like I said, if we get into a home that's one of the first on the list, and I've had a couple where the person comes up and says, I only need electrical. That's all I need. You know, nobody ever finished the second story. I've got wires hanging. That's what I need help on. Well, then you're looking at maybe $8,000 or $10,000, and that's it to fix that. So the rest of the 30 or 32,000 that's left over, we can apply that to the person at the very end, and so we can add more on. Because that's the other thing. It's about health and safety. We're not going to go in and put in an elevator that I've had a request for, or we're not going to be putting in a 3-season sunroom. That's not what this grant's about. But these are some of the crazy requests or people ask or talk about, but at least they're asking now before they're going through the application process, and we look at that and say, no, that's not an immediate need, so.
How do like a partial request, like if someone puts in roof, siding, windows, flooring, electrical, HVAC, you know, everything, do we get to select the, like just the roof being done, or you know what I mean?
Well, you guys will review, and there'll kind of be like a check off, but what it's gonna come down to is basically for Jerry Blue, the rental, or the inspector. When he goes in, it's gonna be the health and safety. He's gonna look at what is the number one need here. Like, hey, they've gone all winter and they haven't had a furnace. They need a furnace. That's the number one need. Then it's gonna be plumbing, electrical, mechanical, the roof, the asbestos, the radon. So, I mean, there's a huge list right there. And then he is going to be prioritizing that with his certifications and everything. He will do that and let us know what those are gonna be on the list. So he's going to kind of give us that checklist of what's priority and what's the least priority, so.
And they are only allotted a certain, the 32.
$40,000, yep,
Per,
home, yes, correct.
if there's any, just say, like, their application is for 41,000, and that is true after they get bids and everything, they have to match that 1,000, or is that,
That's,
have to just say, nope, you can't do that last $3,000 project?
right, see, and that's a good question. I don't know that for sure, yeah, what that will be. I don't know if they can put funds towards it. I know another grant that they can do that, but that's a good question. I think there was something about if you had certain stipulations and you could give just cause. I think you can go over and vary it just a little bit. So, and we do have a little bit of a cushion in there, so maybe that's something that we can adjust for and look at that for, so.
Okay.
But definitely, we want to try to get as much as we can get done for these individuals and for these homes. So we're just finding such a need out there right now.
Do you get their contractors, or do they get their contractors, or?
We can give them a list, but it's really going to be up to them who they pick is going to be their contractor. So let's say we've got Johnson and Jones and Smith. Well, Jones, the neighbor had, and they were really, really happy, but they come in as the highest bid. It's up to them, and they can choose them. We just have to let them know why. It's because, hey, I've seen the work that they've done before. I was very happy with it. My neighbor was happy. Or they can go with the lowest bid, which is recommended, but if they don't know that person. So if they know something, you know, or know an individual or has seen the work or can give just cause, that's all we need to write that in there and to document that. Why and what, but they're gonna be the ones actually picking the contractor.
And the contract is going through the city?
Yes.
Is that how, so
Yep.
the contract will more likely than not actually follow through a little bit better since they're going through the
Yes,
government rather than
yes,
just the
yeah.
homeowner, so that's good.
Yep, and then we're gonna be there every step of the way too. And that's another thing too, we're gonna really be documenting this from the start to the finish. When I went to the Michigan State Housing Development Authority conference, they showed past grants, and to see the videos that are up there and them documenting from start to finish and how this family has grown with the successfulness and how happy they are and what is done. And so those videos just really melted your heart, you know, to see all of that and the people, what they got out of it and what it did for the neighborhood and what the neighbors saw. So just seeing all of that and just what a positive that is for Manistee. So that was one thing that we want to make sure that we do to document. And plus, they're going to need the validation. They're going to need the pictures. They're going to need the information. But as long as we do that and follow through and do that, and that's also going to show them that we're going to want another grant later on. or we're gonna be asking for more grants in the future. So I think that was a really positive thing, and we want to do that too. So also with that, it's going to put some emphasis on the contractors. Hey, they're going to be taking pictures. Hey, they're going to be out here. Hey, they want to see what we're doing. And also, they'll probably advertise or put their signs, and so that's some advertisement for them. So.
Will there be a deadline for the homes to be completed?
Yes, right now, all the deadlines have
Been
skewed. I mean, they've all been pushed right now, but roughly we're looking at about a year and a half
Okay.
to complete everything. So there is enough time, but we're already so behind. Yeah, so, yeah.
Thanks, Teresa.
Yep, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right, next item is the May 11th spring cleanup project. So an update on that, just if you didn't see on social media or email or anything, 8 to noon. And it sounds like we have 3 of us that have responded with some help to be there for that. And there's not really anything else right now. We have the seed packets that we kind of had some consensus on, ordered, and one of the items later on is to vote on our logo that Sarah was kind enough to put that together. So we'll have a table there, and it sounds like the tent from the police department and
Yeah, you can utilize the tent, sure. Just take care of it.
sounds good. All right. Any questions on that event?
Do you need more people there, or are you all set with that?
I think, so Kayla, you said 9 to noon.
Yep.
Right? And then I was gonna plan to be there, and I can't remember, someone else reached out to me. I'm sorry, but I can't remember who the third person was. Nobody.
I'll be on vacation. I won't be here.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe you told me you couldn't be there. Okay. So maybe Kathy,
Yes,
8 to noon, if you would be okay with volunteering to
5 to noon?
8.
9. Oh,
8 to noon.
8 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not 8 PM to midnight.
You didn't specify.
8 PM till midnight?
No,
Oh,
no,
geez.
sorry, I'm confusing.
I'll bring a tent, camper.
Okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so Kathy, Kayla, and I will be there then. That sounds great. All right, well then, nothing else on that. The June 6th project update, Janine?
I don't have an update. I actually want to make a motion to cancel this.
Cancel the project?
Yes. So,
I don't know if we need a motion or, we didn't really decide on having any
oh, okay,
purchasing quite yet.
okay.
Okay. So we'll look at another opportunity then sometime in June if we can. Any other discussion on that? Okay. June 15th, Safety Day. We need someone to, I guess, take the lead on being the project leader there. Same thing as the NRBC spring cleanup project. We were gonna have a tent and little booth set up for giving out some flower seed packets to city residents there. That was kind of a last minute update from the last meeting, but if someone wants to take the lead on or organizing anything for that event, now's the time.
Where's that even at? Where's that located?
Manistee Middle High School, that's where the event's gonna be taking place. I put a flyer up there. We finalized the flyer last week. I'll send it out digitally. I'll be on the radio, Facebook. We're gonna make a big push. So, the police department will be using their own tent though, so we can talk about whether the NRBC wants to purchase their tent, but
Okay.
I think it's a great opportunity. Last year, I think the Coast Guard counted about 400 people showed up there. We feed everyone hot dogs and drinks, and it's just it's an event that keeps growing. So there should be a lot of kids and parents there.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Are we giving out lawn and leaf bags at one of these events as well, or
Yes.
is that not happening anymore?
Yes, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, that was what we discussed and to give that out to city residents, yep.
Okay.
You can do that at both, can't we?
Yeah. Yeah, it was the seed packets and the lawn leaf bags. Okay, does anybody,
Okay. So, I mean,
go ahead.
I can set up a table at the June 15th event. I mean,
Okay,
pass stuff out. I don't need a tent. I like the sun.
okay.
I'll be missing a beach day, so.
So Lucas,
Yep,
you serious about the other location, 8 to 5?
8 to noon.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, that makes more sense. I was gonna say, okay. Why does everybody say those? The iPhone?
All right, we can move on then. Sarah's gonna volunteer to lead that project, so if there's anything that you need, Sarah, just, yep. All right, city entrance signs, so, the city's agreed on a new landscaping concept, some dune grass plantings. They're gonna actually, remove the field stone that is around those signs right now and then plant, I think they're called little bunnies. I'm not a plant person, so I'm not 100% sure what that looks like, but they're like a different grass plant from what I understand. So right now I have reached out to a few nurseries for some pricing on that. And I have dedicated our volunteer project. I don't know when that will be because I don't know when we're gonna get that. So when we get the prices on that, I'll bring it to the commission and then we can decide on when we're gonna do that work and plant those city entrance signs. It's gonna be sometime within this month, I think. Because dune grass you can only plant in 2 different seasons and you don't wanna plant it in the summertime because it'll fry and it won't grow. So that's the update on that one. Okay, so new business, proposed NRBC logo. So this logo that you see in the packet here,
I didn't know this was going to be a logo. I just thought it was going to be a sticker for seed packets.
yes, so I think
Well, now it's a
I
logo.
could do something else.
so for us, well, and that's why we're discussing it for sure. For us to be able to use the, anything other than the City of Manistee logos that have been approved by staff and council and everything, we have to have a motion to adopt this as our logo if we're gonna be using it for any advertising purposes. So if this is not something that we would like to adopt as our logo, then now's the time to kind of discuss it, any opinions and, but yes, for sure, the first use of it would be for putting a sticker on the seed packets and maybe even the leaf bags, I don't know.
I think it's cute. Yeah, I think you did a really good job, Sarah.
I appreciate it. It was designed with the intent of going on flowers and seed packets, not to be a,
Can I make a comment?
Go ahead.
Just a couple of questions I think the commission should answer. First of all, great job with the logo. Number one, does the NRBC think that they need a logo separate from the city logo? And if that answer is yes, then make sure that we vet any copyright issues with existing logos, anything. I mean,
yeah.
we've been there before, so my job is to advise the commission. So anything that we get, make sure that we understand the source of that material. But again, if the question is, does this commission feel that they need a separate logo other than the city logo that says Neighborhood Restoration Beautification Committee? If the answer is no, then we don't move forward, or you don't. But the answer is yes, just make sure we vet whatever it is, and then figure out where you want that separate logo to go and how you want to utilize that, so.
I have a question. Can we use this just for the seed packet and then just keep the logo with the city? Because we already have enough issues with everything that we try to do, so we shouldn't add this to it. But can we keep this just for the seeds?
Can we keep the logo that Ms. Harless made or
Just to put on the
proposed?
seed packets? Or can we not do that?
The only question to be answered is this, does the city of Manistee give permission for the NRBC to use their logo? I think you've had conversations with the city manager, or,
Yeah, the city manager requested that I have the commission adopt the logo if we're going to be using it, because the portion with the lighthouse and the trees, that is the city's logo, obviously.
So can we use this just for the seeds and not use it again?
I have been told that is the only way we can move forward, is if we adopt it as our logo.
I mean, we could always just cut that part off and just have
I was,
the-
yeah, I only put it on there because I was asked to use it.
Right.
if,
Cute, it's super cute.
if cost drives that decision, I will tell you, to print off the city's logo with neighborhood restoration, just our city logo on a mailing label, we have that ability in-house. If we want to have a separate one to print off stickers, there will probably be a cost to that. I don't know what the cost is, but that's if cost drives that decision.
So you were told we have to have a logo?
No, if we are using anything that's gonna represent our commission, that we needed to have it approved by the commission.
Oh, I see, okay.
I think we should just use the cities then, because it sounds like it's gonna be
Yeah,
more of a problem
I
than it's
agree.
worth over a logo.
we're gonna be jumping through hoops and
Yeah.
everything's coming up pretty quickly, so.
Not that this isn't nice, and we can maybe do something different with it, maybe, I don't know, but. Just sounds like it'd be easy since it's already gonna be here pretty soon. We
Anybody
have to
else?
vote?
No, I think if we're not gonna move on this, then that change, if that's a consensus, is fine to make, and Mary already had that kind of teed up anyway. This was just an added bonus, potentially.
So my question is, we can put those stickers, the basically mailing labels on the seeds. Is there anything else we want on that label? Do we want a contact email, or are we just putting the name out there?
I think putting the NRBC at ManisteeMichigan.gov email that emails our
Okay.
group
Okay.
would be good, because I mean, the whole point of putting it is to advertise our commission, so. Okay.
Thank you for doing that, Sarah. It looks nice.
We have it in the back pocket for future, for sure then. All right. This next item, don't necessarily need an update, but I was just going to keep it on the agendas from here on out until we get to those events, so that way we know that they're coming up and whatnot. So if there's any project updates, then feel free, but if not, we can just say no update at this time. So July, Kathy, do you have any update on any project potentials?
I think there was one that we discussed that was I took a ride to Lexington Street a couple of times, and because of it being brought up at a council meeting, there's a sidewalk, a big share of sidewalk that is, gotten to the point of being about 4 inches wide at one point, if that. And so I was going to do that because I think it should be done. And my other project, which I didn't know if I should do myself, is I did get permission, Jermaine got me permission from the Parks Department to paint at Mac Park before T-ball starts.
Okay.
Wooden bleachers, wooden benches where the kids sit. And eventually, hopefully, he talked about getting some paint for the playground equipment. So those were, that and maybe doing, I don't know much about this fire hydrant, maybe doing so many per session or something, or.
Some fire hydrant painting, is that what you said?
So I kind of have a mirage or whatever
Okay.
it's called there.
So for July's project, then we can just put down for now the sidewalk project and potentially fire hydrants, since you're already
Right.
got the other stuff coordinated with the parks.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just doing it myself.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so sidewalk is on Lexington. I guess that's what we're gonna end up being, is sidewalk
Sidewalk crew.
crew.
We've found that we've been pretty limited in what we can do, unfortunately.
Yeah, because, that's too bad. That's really sad.
I think it still makes a difference in restoring some of the,
I think we're still making a difference, yes, but, I would have liked to have seen those ladies enjoy what Jermaine had planned.
anything else on July?
Nope,
Okay.
not yet.
All right.
I hope I don't have this going all over the town, that's the thing. I'm gonna go check, see if there's any right in that vicinity that need to be done.
Okay.
And maybe that way, you know, we can do a review while we're there.
Are you gonna coordinate with, the DPW on that, or do you need some help doing that?
With the,
With the water department?
with the fire hydrants?
Yeah.
Yeah, the DPW has the paint. And, I haven't talked to them yet, but I think we can get permission.
Okay.
Cause Jermaine, I was very surprised I got the painting permission.
In the park.
I will not say that. I gotta learn that. Sorry.
All right. Moving on. Jess, you have any updates for August or any ideas?
No updates.
Okay. Mary?
Nothing yet.
Okay. And then the collage?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet? No ideas yet? No?
For sure. Well, I have one question. I think Mary brought up at the last meeting, talking about possibly doing like some banners down some of the neighborhood streets. I don't know if that is something that we want to consider or explore. Like I know you were talking about doing it down First Street going toward Manistee Lake. But I was thinking about other kind of main thoroughways like 8th Street going toward Cherry. Just some other neighborhood streets where we could do some banners highlighting kind of our city and things in our
If you've driven through Bear Lake recently.
Yeah.
they have theirs up, and it looks cute.
And I was part of that banner project in Bear Lake,
Yeah.
so I
So
have
that's a
contacts for
nice-
that.
That's nice.
So that is something that we
Is-
could consider.
Are these permanent banners?
They
or
are
like-
permanent banners. They are meant to last 5 to 8 years, if not longer.
These go on the utility poles?
They go on the utility poles.
Okay.
Yep. In Bear Lake, we had someone donate time to put them up. I mean, we might be able to find someone to be able to do that here as well. So we paid for the purchase of the banners. In Bear Lake, what was done is, we've done a couple of different things. The newest banners have pictures that were submitted by the community highlighting different activities in the community, spring, summer, fall, and winter. But we could look at a variety of different things, obviously, for the city of Manistee. But they do add a nice,
Were they costly?
they, I can't remember the exact price, but they weren't outrageous. But they go through the highway, and then obviously around the school, we have all school banners around the school. So
Yeah, it looks nice.
it is a nice touch.
I think that would be a nice touch even for maybe if we were to figure out how to get them on US 31.
Yes,
Section that Blossom Boulevard.
Yes.
is, or even the area that Blossom Boulevard isn't. And maybe it's not so much about the NRBC, more so about just, this is why our city's beautiful sort of
Yes.
approach to it.
Yeah. So, I don't know, I mean, I'm just bringing that up because you brought it up, and like I said, I was part of the project in Bear Lake, so I do have experience with that. That's a good idea.
I mean, it sounds like there's a good amount of consensus, Sarah, if you wanna maybe reach out to see, maybe some prices and maybe
Sure.
spitball some ideas and,
We can bring that back to the June meeting.
yeah, and, and maybe if it's something that our budget right now that it could support, cause some of our upcoming projects, and we just canceled one, we're gonna have some budget that is gonna go back into the general fund if we don't use it.
Okay, I can do that.
I think that'd be a big benefit, and
Okay, I will let you know.
all right. Public comment?
Yes.
This isn't
I
a,
talked to
not a psych this time.
Jeff the other day and about the fire hydrants. He said he didn't think about them. He's gonna check with Jim Riley, excuse me. And Jim is, I told him I already got a list of all the fire hydrants. And the chief said he'd be okay with that. So we just need to get Jeff to make a decision whether he wants you guys to do this. So then he was gonna ride around and check them and get me back to me, and maybe I'll stop over to the garage and, or see him tomorrow night and see what he's done, and if we can, you guys can make a decision whether you wanna do that. He's got the paint. He said there's a certain way they have to brush them off or whatever, and then the repainting and whatever they have to put on it, so I'll get back to you with all that,
Okay.
so.
Well, we could probably like, weed whack them too while we're there and make them fully accessible,
Yeah.
you know.
But as far as painting, I want to know what he's using under the paint to preserve them or whatever, and if they have to catch the flakes off the fire hydrant or not, I don't, there's all these requirements. So I'll get back to you, I can talk to you, Lucas, and you can pass it out, so we'll know what they're doing.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other public comment? All right, go to the order. Start with you, Jess.
I have no comment on anything.
Mary? Nothing? Kathy?
Well, I just want to say that being that, I mean, quite a bit of work had already gone into the project at the senior center. So, I mean, I want to thank those that, they already got the estimates for a lot of the stuff and designed it, terrain and everything, and I think it would have been a very nice project, and I just want to thank them for the work they already had put into it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I don't have anything.
I don't have anything.
Sarah?
I don't have anything.
Chief?
Tomorrow night, city council has the option to vote to approve the city budget. In the police department budget, I budgeted for a civilian part-time code enforcement position. If the budget gets approved as is, I'll move forward with that position. Again, that's a civilian code enforcement part-time that focuses on blight. So the other thing is we've got some items that have been requested to purchase, so I'm looking forward to someone from the NRBC reaching out to me and setting up a date and time that we can go shopping and get those items together.
Will be this week.
Will or not?
Will.
Did you get the picture I sent you?
I did, yep.
How many lawn and leaf bags are you getting for the trash pickup thingy and the kid safety day?
I think we ordered 200 seed packets, so we'll just probably do the same thing.
That's all I have.
All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.